CBS sports coverage of the road to the Final Four is sponsored by Volvo. Volvo reminds you to drive safely. Nike and the Nike Alpha Project. And by Microsoft. Where do you want to go today?
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Time now for the Arthur Anderson wise decision of the game. Billy, both coaches today, they've had to make an unbelievable number of decisions because of all the foul trouble.
Absolutely, and you've got to give them both credit regardless of who wins or loses this game. There are a lot of mind games that went on between Coach Krzyzewski out there and Mike Jarvis today, so they had to make a lot of wise decisions.
They both did, so we'll give it to each of them, Krzyzewski and Jarvis, for their management of their team in the face of the foul difficulty.
Now we've got that arrow pointing in favor of St. John's.
Until it comes in. As soon as it does, I'm told it's going to change to Duke.
Okay.
So it was a tie-up, and the arrow was consulted, and that's why St. John's gets the ball here with a fresh 35 on the shot clock. 52.5 seconds left in regulation. Barkley to inbound with Artest, Richardson, Charles, and Thornton.
Wow, I'm surprised Artest didn't take a drive to the basket.
Richardson, he seemed to be their last option, with the exception of Charles.
And a steal by Artest, but he goes out of bounds on his way out, screams for the timeout, and gets it. Now, we talked about wise decisions. I don't think that was a wise one by St. John's. I mean, you've got Artest with the ball, Battier on him, let him go ahead and drive to the basket. Terrific rebound, but watch what Ron Artest does here. You know what? He was out of bounds. His foot hit the out of bounds before he called the timeout. Here we're going to have an angle of certainly a great hustle play by Ron Artest. Now watch, his foot is here. Now he calls the timeout signal here, but the official, we're going to see from a different angle, took the verbal call. There's the verbal. His foot is not yet hit. The official is calling the timeout. So in any case, Ron Artest makes a great hustle play and then a very smart play to call the timeout, and
Mike
gets the call.
Krzyzewski did question that call during the timeout. St. John's with the ball down by one.
They get the same situation. Artest should drive to the basket. Here he goes.
Battier just fell down. Artest missed a wide open shot. Rebound. Charles lost it over the sideline, and the race with Langdon, who was careful with his 4 fouls.
Now you have a situation where you want the ball in Trajan Langdon's hands if you're Duke. He's the great free throw shooter, and he's pretty good with the ball, but he's being guarded by a very quick, smaller guard. Oh, they call the quick bump foul on Barkley. So Langdon will go to the foul line, but still a lot of time to go.
There are only 2 players on the court, Barkley and Charles, who could commit a foul because any of the other 3 St. John's players would have fouled out.
You know, I think if you're Duke, a move now would be to try to get Langdon out of this ball game after the free throws. Let somebody else play on the defensive end, because you sure don't want him on the bench when you've got the ball offensively.
Best free throw shooter in the history of the ACC makes the first. It's a 2-point lead for Duke with 30 seconds left.
Still plenty of time, 30 seconds to go. You don't have to go for a 3-point shot if he happens to make this one.